Hi everyone, it's Donna here from Donna's Vintage Cottage, and I am here with the first of many videos with the things I'm going to be offering in my Etsy shop after the first of the year. This video is two of my junk journals that I've created. I'm not doing any pre-sales. I'm going to show them to you now, but they will be available sometime on January 1st is when I'm going to start uploading my listings. Up first is this one I am calling Abigail. It is created with, I don't know if you've seen the video several months ago now, of a tablecloth that I almost threw away because it was so tattered and torn and damaged, but I salvaged it, and I have been using it on the covers of my junk journals, some of my junk journals, and this is one of them. You can see it in the background here. It's really tattered and torn and frayed, and I just love that. On top of it is a vintage applique, and this is the flower that was on the tablecloth, and then I just stitched a button through another little doily. And these are all vintage trims and linens for my collection. There's another one here. There's actually one underneath that as well. It comes with this tassel that is removable. It's held on with a bulldog clip, and the tassel has lots of yummy laces and fibers and a pearl dangle in it as well. I'm going to take that off just for, you can see it comes off. I'm going to take that off just for while I show the journal. This journal measures 9 inches by 6 inches, and the alligator mouth of it is about 2.5 inches thick. It has a seam binding closure that's held on with two bulldog clips. You can just unclip it to open it, and this is expandable. If it grows any larger, you can expand the distance between the two clips. The fabric is this beautiful kind of brocade fabric. I'm almost out of this. I think I have enough to make one more album of this size with that fabric, and then of course the vintage linens and trims on the front. This album has, where's my notes? Where did I put them? Oh, 34 pages, 68 front and back in Abigail. And I'm just going to flip through it really quick. There's scrapbooking paper on the inside, a pocket with a vintage lace and button and doily, and then a tag with some journaling on the back, vintage lace at the top, just a label on the front if you want to label what the journal is about. Pocket with some more lace here, come up just a little bit. Another journaling card with doily embellishment on it and journaling on the back. And another collaged card with journaling. Most of the papers in here are coffee stained. Some are not, but most are. I'm trying to. There's a little embellishment with fabric at the top here. One of faux postage stamp that I created. Vintage trim along here. Ledger paper. Here is a flip down pocket with a playing card, and this flips down for more journaling there. And behind it there's another journaling card collaged. Dictionary, vintage dictionary paper from the 50s. This was a book, a textbook on office forms. Some tracing paper, another little embellishment down here. A collage of papers and fabric. There's a large pocket here. I left the pocket empty for whoever purchases this. They can put in photos or whatever they want in there. There's a decorated paper clip with big pearl on it, and another journaling card with some collage there, and lots of place to journal in this album, in this journal. Come on. A little stenciling, just writing paper. This is a multi-pocket here. There's a tag in the front with journaling. There's a little tag tucked in up here for some more writing space on the back. And then a long one in the back with a charm, a key charm on the top, and journaling on the back of that as well. This pocket has some vintage lace down here. 2 more journaling cards, collaged, space to journal on the back of those. A fabric flip. Oh, excuse me. More vintage or antique trim at the top there. Several layers of fabrics. More vintage trim here. This is a page from Dreams, etc. And on the back of it is a scan of one of my coffee stained papers. This page has a page from a bird book that I have with some vintage fabric collage there. Journaling card here. And there's also another one tucked in the side there. Another pocket made from some vintage lace, gorgeous vintage lace, with a couple of more journaling tags here. This is what I'm calling a fortune cookie. I purchased, and one of these is going to be in every journal that I make, well, at least until I get up to 365. I purchased a book at an estate sale recently, fortune telling birthday book, and it has all kinds of fortunes, like what you'd find in a fortune cookie. So what I did, I took those. I'm not going to read what's in this one, but I took those and folded them up, and there's the fortune. So every journal is going to have a fortune cookie in it. I did a bunch of these. Oops, and I'll just grab one without reading it and put it in every journal. Page from 2 pages from an Audubon book. And the back side of those pages, there's that lace, more journaling cards. Lots of machine stitching in here on the pages or the cards. Belly band here with some vintage lace running down the middle of it. Another large journaling card. Here's another one of those little, this one I can open. This one doesn't have a fortune in it, but it opens up for a little tiny place for a secret message. Held on with a teeny tiny paper clip. Another collage, paper and linen collage there. Here's that Dreams, etc. page. More vintage lace and stenciling. This is a clip, removable clip there. And here's my shaker card. You can see the sequins in there, journaling on the front and the back. Another pocket with yet more journaling cards, collage journaling cards. This is a 3-layer, actually 4-layer pocket. The bottom pocket has 2 little tiny tags, and this one has 2 little tinier tags attached to it. They're all blank on the back for journaling. Here's another card. This one has a tiny lace tassel attached to it. Another journaling card here. And another journaling card in the top. Vintage lace on the edge here. Lots of place for writing. Here's another large journaling card with place to journal on the back. Here's the back side of that envelope. It's nothing in it for you to put whatever you want in there. Vintage lace and an ephemera here. Tracing paper. Another fabric flip with a applique at the top there, and some lace. This page has a pull-out with tags that come out from here and also from the top. And there's place to write on the back. This is a scan of one of my vintage linens. I'm trying to figure out how to do digitals to offer in my shop. There's more of that vintage lace there. Another pocket with 3 tiny tags at the bottom here of vintage or Victorian ladies. And then a larger tag here. Another double pocket here. This is a vintage, one of those from those little postcard souvenir books. This one's of General Lee's headquarters in Gettysburg, PA. And then a fabric collage tag that I created. And then a large tag here. This woman here, this is one of the Tim Holtz people. She reminds me of the Wicked Witch of the West. Every time I see her, maybe it's that hat, but she reminds me of the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz. Journaling on the back. And 2 more journal cards with applique up here. And then on the back is a pocket with lots of ephemera. And this is a page from an almanac from the 1871. It's a humorous, interesting reading, funny reading. A vintage recipe card from a neighborhood recipe book. And this one has lemon lime cottage cheese salad by Erna Velradsky and a few others. Vintage postcard from my collection. This one's from Poughkeepsie, New York, a building in Poughkeepsie, New York. And there are 3 pages from different sections of a book from 1860, and it's all about household management in 1860 Europe or England. These particular pages are from the section about the doctor, rearing of children, and duties of the monthly nurse, whatever that is. It's very interesting reading of what life was like. It's a good snapshot of what life was like back in the mid-1800s. So that is Abigail. Oh, also on the front there's some vintage buttons clipped to the top there. That's Abigail. I'm going to try to go a little faster on this one. And this one is Beatrice. Same thing. The cover has all, let's see if I turn on this light, if that helps or hurts. I don't know, that might be worse. This cover has a bunch of different linens. It says My Journal on the top. It has a little key and lock. There's some lace here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an applique. 5 different linens and laces on here. This one is dimensional. The applique was actually part of the applique, and some vintage buttons and trims. And there's the lock and key. This one is also held. This one also has a lace tassel with all kinds of laces and fibers, and it also has a beaded. Oops, it's stuck. A beaded dangle amongst it. I'm going to take that off for now. And this one is held on with a sari silk enclosure, same as the other one. You can unclip it and expand it if you want. Scrapbook paper on the inside, vintage lace pocket with a couple of journaling cards. A label on the inside, another pocket with vintage lace, and this pocket has a little booklet in it with more journaling spots. Vintage lace and trim here. A pocket with a tag in it. This one is a postcard. It was from a postcard, a scan. This is a clip-on. This is removable also. Here's a 3-fold journaling spot. You've got the first one here, the second one there, and then the last one here. And there's also a place to journal on the back. And this idea came from Pam at the Paper Outpost. If you make journals, check her out. She's got all kinds of great ideas. There's a little collage up here with some laces and fabrics. Page from a bird book that I have. This flips out, and there's a pocket here for more journaling. And here are the, there's a tuck spot here with a vintage postcard. And here's the ephemera in this book, another page from the almanac, the Humorous Almanac, another page from that vintage cookbook. Here we have Potato Horns, whatever that is, by Anna Pavlicek. Three pages from that book, household management book from the 1860s, Rearing Children, Duties of the Footman, and the Doctor in this one. And then some poems, Love Inexpressible and True Knighthood and March. This one was from 1906, I believe. Some stamping here. Here's another fold down with place for journaling. And this one has another journal card in the side with a tab on it. Decorative stitching on that page. Here's a fabric flip with some vintage laces and fabrics. Little collage up here. A page from an Edith Holden book. Some masking paper. Another collage with paper and fabric. Well, actually, yeah, this one has some paper. Same thing here, another little collage. Here's a see-through pocket, and in it is a card from Edith Holden and a scan for my linens on the back. Oops. Yeah. There's the center of the book. Oh, this one has some little charms at the bottom. I don't know if I put charms on that one. If I didn't on Abigail, I will put some charms on the center strings. Audubon book, another library pocket with a beautiful bird of prey, some kind of hawk, I guess. I love birds of prey, they're so beautiful. Journaling on the back. More fabric collage. This one has a shaker in it as well. But this one flips out. You can journal on the back there and more here. Vintage trim there. More place for, lots of place for journaling. This has a pocket that opens up and you've got more place to write here. And in the side there's another journaling card. Edith Holden page. Another pocket with vintage linen and a booklet in this one that opens up for more journaling. This one has a little tuck there. You can tuck something in there. Decorative stitching on this one. Another tag here. This is a faux, what I'm calling a faux quilt panel. I make these. You're going to see these in a kit that's coming up. I've been having so much fun making these. Another Edith Holden journaling card. Another doily embellishment. You're going to see these in a kit coming up as well. Tuck spot here with a journaling card. Here's the fortune cookie in this one. This one has a piece of, this is a vintage greeting card from I think the 50s. It's a birthday card, and this one is actually, Beatrice sent this card to somebody, somebody near and dear to her. You can open this up and journal on the inside. So there's a piece from Beatrice. There's a pocket. This is a scan of one of my vintage linens here with some trim. A vintage postcard. This one is from Letchworth State Park, New York. You can journal on the back of that and a guest check. There's a page from that textbook and the back side of that pocket with a greeting card, a scanned greeting card, and journaling on the back. Fabric flip with some vintage trim and vintage laces. Pocket with large, very large journaling card there, and another one here. Some trim and quote. This is, "Tomorrow is a beautiful road that will take you right where you want to go." Another embellishment, collaged embellishment up there. Pocket with some vintage eyelet trim and another journaling card. So this is Beatrice. These will be available in my shop. I'll put the link down below to my Etsy shop. There's nothing there right now when this video is airing, but they will. It will be populated with some things in January. So that's all I have for today. Hope you enjoyed my journals. I had so much fun making them. I love working with these linens and laces. That's it for now. Bye for now.